You want to look like this, but you end up looking like this.
Hey, y'all remember back in the day when black women used to make fun of white women for swinging their hair around? Y'all remember that? I don't know, 80s, 90s, I don't know. And don't y'all think it's funny now that black women are getting these weaves, these fake hair extensions and all that? The first thing they want to do is swing their hair around? Well, check this out.
Stay tuned.
West of Belly, it's the West of Belly podcast. West of Belly G, West of Belly G. Yeah, it's the West of Belly podcast. Come and chill, chop it up with the God.
Hey, what would you say if I've known you for 20 years? We've known each other for 20 years. And throughout the course of that 20 years, every chance you got, let's flip it, every chance I got to downplay you, to make fun of you, you got a new pair of shoes, I'm making fun of those shoes. You get a new car, I'm asking you why you get that car, this and that. So on and so forth. But as soon as I'm able to, as soon as I can, I get those same shoes I made fun of you for. And not only do I get those shoes I made fun of you for, I make it a big deal. I'm taking pictures of them, I'm doing this, and this. I'm telling everybody I got them. I get that car that I made fun of you for having. What would you think? You would think the whole time I was jealous of you. The whole time I made fun of you for being who you were, having what you have. And as soon as I got the opportunity to do the same, I did it. And not only did I do it, I acted like it was the best thing in the world. You would assume this whole time this dude been jealous of me this whole time. All right? So with that said, check this out. For as long as I can remember, black women have made fun of white women for their long stringy hair, making fun of white women for walking around shaking their long nasty hair, right? Who else remember this? For as long as I can remember, they made fun of white women for their hair. So, what does this look like? As soon as you can get some long, stringy, straight hair, you know, the kind that you made fun of, every other video I see of a black woman with her weave, first thing she do is shake it.
Y'all, I just got a skinny weave and I don't know how to act.
Running her fingers through it the whole time. I ain't gonna say it, but based off of what the example I just gave and common sense, what would you think? And another thing, for as long as I can remember, black women, mothers, aunts, anybody you can think of, have been telling black men, stay away from those white women. They're gonna say you did this, they're gonna say you did that, they're gonna take your money. For as long as I can remember, we were always warned about white women. See, black men don't have an issue dating outside our race. We don't. But you know who does? I ain't gotta say it. But whenever one of them gets a chance to date or marry outside of our race, all of them make a big deal about it. It's the best thing that ever happened. But remember, they told us not to do it because of this, and this. But as soon as they get a chance, it's like they hit the lottery. One of the biggest things is insecurity. Those warnings that we got about not to trust them, not to be with them. You don't know what they're going to do. They're going to call the police on you. They're going to get you shot. This whole time it's been their insecurities. Them feeling like those women were better than they are. To me, it's pretty obvious. Because if they are the devil and the worst people on the planet, why y'all get so amped up, so geeked when y'all finally snag one? I don't know. Just my thoughts. There's gonna be a lot of haters, protectors in the comment section. But deep in your heart, you know I'm right. In your heart, you know I'm right. By the way, us men, we prefer natural. We're tired of the corn chips. Tired of the corn chips. So black women, quit being jealous of white women. You've been found out. It's crazy, ain't it? Hey, I peeped this shit a long time ago. Another thing, have you ever seen a black girl take off her makeup and her nose go from looking one way to another? And I found out that they use something called contouring to make their nose look straight. You know, like a Caucasian nose. When they take their makeup off, it's a regular African American nose. Why y'all doing that? Trying to make your features look more European. Man, when does it stop? I can go on and on, but you know what? I'm gonna leave it at that. If you got any more of these that you can add, any more examples, put them in the comment section. Let's discuss. Holla at me. Yo, DJ.
West of Belly, it's the West of Belly podcast. West of Belly G, West of Belly G. Yeah, it's the West of Belly podcast. Come and chill, chop it up with the God.
So what does this mean? It means this whole time where black women were making fun of white women for having that long, straight, stringy hair, swing it around. The whole time they was jealous. They was wishing they could do it. Make sense? It's fucked up, right?